Mm-hmm. All right. Have a good day. Good morning and welcome to Mo Knows, featuring me, Monica Mo Justice. Okay. I'm really not in a good mood today. Hey Sam Francis. All right. I'm really not in a good mood. Um I think I've spent my last 5 a.m. morning in that car waiting for looking for parking. So I was sitting there looking at all the apartment deals that are available. And that's it. Um, Parking, Sam. Parking, Sam. It's parking. It's being frustrated because of parking. It's parking. This is not a good quality of life. All right. So that's one thing. I was already frustrated by that. Hold on if I mess this up. So I was already frustrated by that. And then I was listening. Did I say hi to Mr. Marion? Darian, good morning. Um, she says smile. I can't smile. I'm miserable right now. So when I'm miserable, I cannot smile. And um I got too many things on my mind, opposing situations on my mind. And I have to be ginger on how I handle all of the situations. And that is just crazy. Like I have to handle it. But I was in the chat room. Shout out to DOD because while I'm in the parking war shit, I need sanity for a little for a portion of it. And unfortunately, there's not that many people that's live in the nighttime. When I'm out there, most people from the West Coast, most people from the West Coast are live, so that's how I pick up a West Coast following in the first place. It's probably because those are the only people live while I've been stuck in the car. So that might explain how I got caught up in some of the communities I got caught up in. If you hear a smoke detector, T told me this morning that hers needs a battery, so I will get one tonight because I've been meaning to get an extra 9-volt battery just to have it here, but I don't. Okay. So, I was listening to DOZ and generally he keeps me stimulated because he talks about political things, things that make my mind go boom, kaboom, right? Last night or this morning's topic, he is moving to, or let me backtrack. He is taking a trip out of the country this year. It's his plan. And he plans on going to the UK, visiting one of subscribers or friends he has. And then he is going to go to Ghana, is how he pronounces. He's going to go to Ghana. And he is going to hopefully buy a piece of land there and move there because he cannot take it in America anymore. So he's like, I am headed for the exit gate. So he's taking the exit. And I want to see what that journey entails, right? Seldom people say that and truly mean it. And but um he sounds determined, and I want to see what that looks like. That sounds like a real journey. Knowing that somebody was that frustrated with how we govern ourselves here, and it just is looking for going back where the ancestors, where his ancestry comes from, and doing that, right? So I'm all cool with that. What I happy, right? That is that man's plan. What's wrong with folk? Now I'm talking about his plan, and now this is where he was the foundation for my topic. Now here are my talking points. Can somebody change your plan? And when are we as women going to toe the line of what our business is? So, Mr. Marion, please get a cup of coffee because you might fall off the seats for this one. This woman gets on the panel and she's talking da 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 da. Da. I think so. Let me just give you my impressions of the woman. I believe she's very well educated in things that I am not. So when I don't have a foundation in a topic, I seldom talk on it. So I ain't never been to any other countries. I ain't done no country research. When I was in school, I wasn't interested in learning about any other country. My theories when I went to school is if you can't tell me the truth about America that I live in, why are you going to try to educate me about another country? So I did whatever the minimum was to learn about anything else. I didn't make any history was not the thing that I worried about. Having been in this world for almost a century, half of a century. Um I have watched a lot of history happen, so I know a few things because I was living in it. Anyhow, girlfriend said somewhere in her conversation, she said, "You are our king." Ah! Stop. Stop right there. Pump brakes. How does that happen? And this shit was starting to sound like a harem of women around one person. Like, I don't know many cultures, and I'm not even going to pretend like I do. Um, I understand the male cheating scenario because here in America, we believe that it's one man to one woman. And I could live with that, right? One man to one woman, because I don't want to really share my man with other women, right? But I'm sure man has his own principalities about that. He would love to have more than one woman, but would he want to share his one woman? Wait, man would love to have more than one woman, but would he want the woman that is sharing him with other men? Like, I want to live in that matriarch system where the women have more than one man. I came up here and gave y'all the whole polygamy or whatever scope it was. And then there's a group of people that are women that do the same thing, and they have a whole harem of men, and they talk about the societies. So this is what I'm gonna say: for different strokes for different folks. So I've already said, like, if that's a lifestyle that people want to live and they want to be a man with many wives and that works out for them. And I think the example that I gave at that time was a family of color with four wives. Two were in school and two were working, and it worked for them. They didn't have to pay for daycare. They had their whole they had their whole life set up, right? And then I think the one for the women starts got a M, is it's like monolygamy or something like that. I don't plan on practicing it, so I ain't really plan on knowing much about it, but I understand the concept. And I agree with that concept. But on the YouTube, when I'm in a chat room, I'm not practicing polygamy or whatever the fuck it is. I'm practicing soloism. You understand? Get y'all conversations in order. This is why we're disrespected. This is why I get a text message from men here on the YouTube and say, I want to make you my girl. Because some women haven't, they don't have no damn respect for themselves. And then the rest of us pay the price for it. So I had a conversation the other day, and the conversation started off because some shit dropped off in the chat, right? What was it? Would you drop it? I don't remember. How did it go, Sam? Um, the question was, it was about porn. Would you do porn for your man? Would you do porn for your man? And I said yes. Like it was. Oh, so King of Fo posed the question: would you do porn for I don't know how he posed the question, but it was just, would you let your man? I don't remember the question, but the bottom line was it had to do with porn. And I said, of course, for the person that your significant other, of course. But in this day and age, you have to be cautious what they do with your porn when you're no longer with them, if that should come. And then I just said, the men that I know in my life and the people that I associated with, if I had done porn for them, it's between me and them because it just would have stayed between us. I'm not expecting it ever to be exposed out in the real world because I'm hoping that he has better character. And if he doesn't have better character to know not to do that, then that's on me because then I shouldn't have been interacting with that person in the first place. And I'll have to take whatever L comes with it. No one summoned you, sir, but you are welcome. You're welcome to hang out here. But this woman said that the dude's channel, she was like, he's our king. It's obvious that she likes the man. I don't know if it's a playful like I'm just saying this to get up there and have a good conversation and a stimuli, or if she's saying it because she really wants to have a relationship with the man. That is not my business. But what is my business is I am not a cult member. I am not into um this new line of business that women are into where they are sharing everything. I don't want to share not a damn thing. Not anything that's intimate. I don't want to share it with y'all. Any when it comes down to bodily fluids, I don't want to share any of my bodily fluids with another woman. Do I make myself abundantly clear? That's just how I feel. That is just how I feel on the subject. And perhaps because I didn't get no sleep. And then I have to really watch because I'm irritable today and I have to deal with stress, which I didn't have on my job until recently. Um, so I have to manage that, and I know it for myself. So this is like the worst thing that could happen. But and that's it. But as being a content producer here, and when you do attract the opposite sex, you do feel a certain sense of um, you know, you do feel a certain sense of warmth when the opposite sex is infatuated with you. But folk need to focus on do you, baby boo, and that's it. And I totally get it, and that's why I try to keep my shit as professional as can be. And I was just saying to the person, I thought the whole focus of going to Ghana was really a guy, however you pronounce it, because they pronounce it different. However you pronounce it, was because he's looking for a change, and he's looking to buy property and so on. And what I'm hearing there, what I'm learning, and what I'm hearing, because this is all not new knowledge to me, if this is true. Like, you have to marry into a family, you have to do all this other stuff. It seems very primitive. But then when you go into other countries, you don't, their customs, no one but people of color here in the United States has had their culture ripped from them as they arrived on the ground. So that's why you see people stumble. Culture and rituals are two different things, but people have had their cultures, the culture of their people, ripped from them as they is here. You know, this morning I really cannot see the chat. Jack, what did you write? Yes, but women have made it known for generations here in the US that they have no problem sharing. Is that me? Oh, sharing men if everyone respects the rules. I think so. My answer to that, Jack, is having once been a woman cheated on by a man. Um, I didn't accept the other women. I accepted him, and for whatever price I could make him pay for his infidelities, I did my best. Um, Me today would not have accepted that. But me, where I came from when I met that person, I accepted it for what we call, or what you consider, protection, whatever that protection looked like. And the me in the skin that I'm in today, um, often reflects on her and says, why weren't you this strong as you are today? It's because I got to this place from being in that place. And that was it. But I stayed my commitment because the person stayed their commitment with me. And I saw it out until his death. And it has made me a stronger person. So when I look at being a single woman, I look at it with pride, because I'm not going to just settle for anything ever again. And even though there came a point when he realized all of that efforty was not the same quality as who I am. Maybe he built me into that person. I like to think that it carved me into who I am. But there was a lot of hurt. There was a lot of hurt, but then I think as I began to age and got into my 30s, so there was the age of the 20s where I came out of just being abused to the age of the 30s. Um, and then right at the tip of getting into the mid 30s is when the whole paradigm shifted for me. And I've been this way ever since. But I just learned. I learned. I learned to have respect for myself over everyone else. And one of the most, I said I could wrote a book about his passing and that funeral, and how we had women coming all out of the fucking woodwork. Like, I was just sitting there like, if another bitch come up here and act like, we had women like almost tonguing down the corpse. I was just like, can we just close the fucking coffin now? We had a fight there at the funeral. Like, it was just crazy. Now, mind you, no one fucked with me. I just want to make that all clear. I sat on the hood side. No one fucked with me. Everyone knew who I was. I just watched women behave poorly. And I just said to myself, I cannot fucking believe this. Mm, 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 mm. Um, and that's it. And I've never been part of anything else ever again that I don't feel like I'm number one. And that's it. And I think, and not I think, I know when I hear a woman paint herself out to be Susie Home, Better Homes and Garden, here comes this messy ass other lady, right? I know, I think I got a love affair with her. She comes inside the chat and she's just like, this woman is talking about all this stuff she could do for her man. And she's single. I was like, girl, bye. Girl, bye. But you know, there are certain type of women that I'm not even gonna talk about nobody because I don't know what nobody looks like. So I'm not even gonna say it has anything to do with looks or anything of the sort. I'm just gonna be like, it's all gravy. It's not my business. I could care less. Um, and that's it. But I would appreciate not being that's our king. So I'm gonna fall back in a lot of stuff because I don't want to fall in those categories. And that's it. And I don't want um I can easily argue with these people, but if you argue with them, then especially when someone is alluding to someone being our king, then that might sound like I'm arguing about that man. So hell to that. Hell to the no no no. What the fuck logic be doing? Hell to the no no no. Well, hell to the no no no. I won't be doing that. It's not conducive. Hey, Miss Diane, are you still home or you at work? Did you guys just continue to say hello? Look at the number of women who are sharing resources from one man. He has a child with one woman and a child with another woman. Um, they're not sharing resources. The man is doing what he does, in my opinion. So you have to break down what it is. There's no commitments. That's the bottom line. And if you don't have somebody committing to you, that's what you'll have. But there's also age. Age plays a role in all of this. What you may think of your life in your 20s, you will have a different epiphany at 30, and you definitely have a different look at shit at 40. And at the end of the day, are you ready? Okay. Okay, 2 minutes. You'll have a different look at life at 50. I ain't get to 50 yet. I'll tell y'all when I get there how I have that different look at life. You know, personally, maybe 2 years ago, I thought by now I would be a little bit more settled in. I wouldn't be sleeping in a car trying to park. Um, I saw a different pathway forward, but it hasn't come to fruition. Not because I'm not. It has to do with time. It has to do with time and environment and location. But it's not because one doesn't have the goal or the thrive to do something differently. Um. Now the question is, if she's single, does she have any children? I'm not talking about that particular person. So I don't know what you're are we talking in general? I don't want to go through that woman's life or anything that she shared. Y'all can go watch his channel and pick it up and then you'll see what it's about. I'm equating I'm talking about myself and I'm trying very hard to continue Jack on these topics when I speak on women issues. I speak on them from my perspective based on my experience and not in a way to down another woman. If that's the way she wants to do her life, she can go right ahead and do her life. I will critique it as why I agree with it, not agree with it. So not agree is disagree. Why I disagree with it, or why I've incorporated some of her beliefs into, or some of her lessons learned into my lifestyle. And sometimes when you take somebody's lessons and you incorporate them into your lifestyle, remember you could incorporate or be mindful that you could incorporate their negative as a stepping stone of what you don't want to do for yourself. You can learn from somebody else's mistake without doing the mistake. Just by listening to their story and hearing how it unraveled, what the resolution was, and that's empowering enough. So I'm not here to berate any woman. I'm here to take those experiences and drive and be driven from them in a positive way. So I hope that and that's that. Good morning, underrated darkness. But that's all I have to say. So again, shout out to anybody. If you guys like to go live in the middle of the night, go right ahead. Um uh where's Boogie? Sounds like that airplane got shot out the sky. Wonder which YouTuber named Monica Mo Justice said she thought that airplane got shot out the sky, and he said it was mechanical issues. I was just like, the location, everything that sounds a little crazy. But pointing out the advantages and disadvantages of another person life is not berating. No, it's not berate. It's, to me, it's not berating if you're learning from it or you're building upon it. But on in this environment, some people will see it as berating. So I just have to say that because I don't want the unnecessary backlash or the videos and something like, oh, she talking about me and this and that. Yes, I talked about you. I ain't gonna lie. I talked about what you said publicly and how I interpreted what you said. But I don't begrudge you for saying what you said and how you living. I appreciate it, and it's a growing moment. But do not put me in our king. If that man is your king, girl, keep your king. I tell y'all right now, King of Foe is my king for whatever purpose I have him for. And I'm just, whatever limited scope I have. And I'm not sharing him with none of y'all. And you would never see me share him with any of y'all. And if I had to share him with y'all, then I don't want him. Period. That's just how I feel. I'm territorial like that. But now there's a boundary there. There's no disrespect. There's a boundary. I'm not saying that. Well, she can have listen, they can have that woman's spirit. It's not made for me. Okay. So this is Mo. And oh, Gab, it's so nice to see you. Okay, I'm coming. It's so nice to see you, Gab. What have you been up to? Still uploading old videos? I appreciate them though, because I got to meet some people that I must have fallen between the sides. Jack Spade, you are new to my channel. I was hit by a car in 2016. I had I sustained a brain injury that affects from time to time my vision. The chat is the worst thing for me because its movement affects my processing. And I'm going to make that the last time I explain stuff. That's why I cannot see, and why I cannot see certain things. And I'm in a society where I have to work on the monitors, so I try to reserve my vision for the bullshit I must do to get paid. At any given moment, if you guys want to pay me though, we might have to sort that out. Anyway, this is Mo, and I have to go.